Right then, just having a quick walk around the lake, come and see how the other anglers have been getting on. And I hear you two have been having a few fishing.
Yeah, it's been fun. You know, I started catching them more or less as soon as I got here. It was, you know, there was definitely here. There was, you know, the water was all cloudy and murked up along the margins as well. So it was, you know, there's obviously a lot of fish been moving.
How many did you have on your first day?
8, I think. Yeah,
that's angling, that
it's
is.
It's a bit cruel, isn't it, really?
Did they move off after giving them a...
Yeah, they've gone now. They've definitely moved off up the lake, you know.
Coming around the corner, I've seen a couple down the bottom end.
Yeah, they're probably starting to move back again. They seem to just come right up the lake, you know, and the lads up the other end are catching a few now, which is, you know, it's quite nice, really. You know, I think when you come out to a lake in France, you want everybody to have a go, don't you? You know,
Well, to be honest, where I started off, I was in 9, and the fish weren't in there.
No.
Basically, they were out in the main body of the lake, and there was a lot of fish down there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of fish between me and Dave, really, wasn't there? Between us two, there was an awful lot of fish moving.
So there's no need asking you why you chose this spot to fish.
Well, you know,
fish lumping out of there.
Yeah, murky water and fish jumping. It's sort of a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah, that's just it. You know. But now, to be honest, I'm getting some myself now I've moved.
Good.
Generally coming through and they're nice.
Yeah.
I'm getting them in 2s and 3s. And I've had that big sturgeon we were talking about before.
That's a cracker, that, isn't it? That's a huge fish. Yeah. Well, they're reckoning between what sort of 140, 150 pounds, something like that. That's pretty cool.
I was going to stick a saddle
on it.
Live
in the sea, really, didn't it? Yeah, ought to be living in the sea.
I was looking at the boat and thinking, I'm going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, the old cliches are best, aren't they?
What's the fish sizes? What your fish gone up to?
61 was the biggest, smallest 20 out of 50.
Super.
240s.
Yeah, good fishing.
Oh yeah, superb fun.
Well, that 61 was a cracker.
Stunning.
So what are yours gone up to?
Up to £50, just over £50. Yeah, so several 40s and you know, quite a lot of nice 30s as well. You know. They fight really well, you know, with the deeper water. You know, they really like to make a show of it.
Have you got many bars and that type of thing?
There's a main plateau out here. Runs from about 20 yards out, I suppose. Right way, nearly across, probably about 40 yards from the other bank.
Yeah.
There's a couple of dips in it which I found, and I was catching them on
patrol routes.
Yeah, where they'll cut through or whatever. They were on the top of the bar to start with. I was catching them sort of up in 10, 12 foot of water. But now I'm sort of picking off the odd ones that are patrolling rather than shoals of fish. And I've gone down to the bottom of the bars now, where they patrol around the edges of them. You know, you're more likely to get a take, and hopefully 1 or 2 big ones.
Yeah, you've been catching day and night, really?
Yeah. I mean, in the heat of the sun, you know, it's not a problem.
Yeah, cracking weather. What's the date?
No idea.
End of October.
End of October-ish. Yeah.
Shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah.
Living it.
Not always good for the camera, me in shorts, but
we'll forgive you.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
You've been general, because obviously we're on Iktus.
Yeah.
You've been fishing boilers or particles? Or
just boilers.
Straight boilers?
Yeah.
Feeding the fish?
Yeah. Just get a take, put a bit more in.
Feeding your bites on?
Yeah.
Superb.
That's the way I fish in France. Well, that's the way I fish everywhere, England, France. You know, just with boilies. I'm not inclined to use particles, pellets so much anymore. You know, a lot of small fish. You seem to feed them off. You know, lots of little. I know it gives good attraction. But certainly for better fish, you know, I find that they come to just fishing boilies.
It's a bit like my approach. I'll just fish boilers. And that's about it. And you don't seem to get hassled with smaller species like tension bream. And once the carp moving, they generally get their heads down and you have a few.
They want to eat a few. If you've got something that they like to eat and come back for it, then that's 9/10 of the game, I think.
So what peg number are you in now?
This is number 3.
Yeah, because it's on the as you look down, right? It's on a bit of a point.
It's sort of. It's a sort of a break point in the bank line, really. So it's to me, it's an obvious place to that want to try and come and fish if you can. It just gives you that that cut-off point where fish are patrolling up and down. You can hopefully pick one or two off. Through the day and night.
Yeah. You've been obviously fished here before.
Yeah, second time this is. I came the same time last year. Yeah.
You catch well.
Yeah.
That's the question asking you, isn't it? Obviously you caught well last time as well.
Yeah. I ended up with about 18 or 19 fish. Yeah, so it was quite good. It was a very nice place to come and fish.
The guys bring round your French stick in the morning.
That's right. Yeah. It's all the little bits, isn't it? When you come out to France, it's you enjoy the fishing, but it's the whole ambience of the place. They leave you alone. It's a really nice spot.
But it's like using the rowing boats and that as well. Yeah. There ain't many places in the UK, bar probably the Mangrove, where you can use a proper boat.
Yeah,
and it's brilliant getting out on the boat.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'll carry on around the lake and we'll catch up with you later with some more fish or something more.
I hope so. A big one, I hope.
Cheers then.
Yeah.
Right then, a bit further around the lake, we've got Tom and Craig here. Your second move, first move?
My first move, this is my second swim.
And this is your?
Third swim, second move now.
Been busy, lads, moving your gear about by the sound of it.
We have. We struggled. We started off down the kind of narrow end of the lake.
Yeah, up the other side
of Dennis, opposite Dennis, or just a bit further down from Dennis. Swim 14 and 15. We saw fish when we did the lap of the lake on the Saturday morning. We saw fish on that morning, that 14. Tossed a coin for the swim.
Right.
I came out victorious, and I had 2 fish and dropped a couple. Right. But then it clearly wasn't happening.
They just moved out, sort of thing.
They clearly had done the off, and it doesn't get there's no ripple on the water. I mean, it's flat calm most places, but there it was just stagnant, really.
Yeah.
So Craig took the initiative.
Yeah, I say my swim looked a promising swim when we first got here. Fish moving around, a lot showing.
Yeah.
Dropped in there and couldn't get a bite. Fished all sorts, different areas, bait, no bait. And after day 3, I thought I've got to have a wander around and found some fish over in swim 7. Put a rod on them. Had a screaming take the following morning, but dropped the fish due to a snag. Had a wander around here. Saw a lot of fish in front of here, so had to be done.
I'll tell you what, like when they say effort equals reward, it's paid off though, isn't it? Because what you want, 7 or 8 fish out of here now?
At this swim, 7 between us. Yeah.
And we haven't been here 24 hours yet. We dropped in here yesterday afternoon. Yeah, probably about 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
Within my first rod, boated out along the margin. You might be able to see behind us. And I had a fish within about 45 minutes.
Yeah,
so that was 38, and then the rod went back out. I had a 44 before dark, so that made the effort pay off. And then Craig, we've been trying to get Craig to get some fish, obviously, and then as dark fell,
it's just my swim come alive really. I had a couple of double takes this morning and last night.
It's interesting, isn't it, when you get 2 rods right off.
And,
it is.
The fish are trickling away now, so fingers crossed we'll be in for another good night.
Well, you see many fish today, or?
Yeah, it commands a lot of water. This initially we thought there was someone in here, so that's why we would have moved here perhaps earlier. But you got a lot of water. You could fit, as it says on the website, you could fit 3 anglers in here.
Well, you're on a point, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. In every lake, everyone knows a point swim's a decent place to go, isn't it? And it commands a lot of water. I've seen fish. I've picked up fish even right down the margins, just a few feet off the bank, casting distance, and I've picked them up into this bay and then into open water. Craig's seen them, and
they're pushing out a little bit further now.
Yeah,
aren't they?
and we're just putting a bait on their heads. It's fairly featureless out there. It's all about 8 metres and flat.
Yeah.
And we're just we're waiting to see letting the fish dictate where we go to.
Yeah, it's best fish where you see the fish.
Exactly, and it pays off quite quickly sometimes. Like a few of the fish that we've had have just been almost within about half an hour of dropping the baits off, letting it settle. So eventually, after a few warm hours in the sun moving around, we're getting there. I wouldn't say we've cracked it fully, but we're getting there. We're still dropping a few fish more than we'd like, but we're getting the chances.
Bigger hooks. To be honest, they're quite angry fish in here, aren't they?
They hold on.
I've dropped a couple myself, and I generally don't lose that many fish at all, and because they really pull them, because you got the bars and that. By the time you try and get in the boat, a couple of them are gone before I'm it's sat in the boat. What baits are you using? Your boilers or particles or?
A bit of both, mate. We're both on the krill, sticky baits. 20 mils. We're glugging those and then fishing snowmen over the top, 20mm bottom bait, little 16mm white popper. And then we've got some maize, but we haven't used a huge amount of it, have we? We haven't used as much as...
I used a bit down the far end when we first got here, but we're not catching. Whether or not it put me off the maize, but I've not used it since, and just the boilie approach is working, so don't need to change.
To be honest, Mark over there, he got a bit of a few tins of maize, and the first time we put it out, he had a bit of tench. Keep getting a few bleeps on now, I reckon you got sturgeon coming up, mate.
Keeping me interested. But we haven't put a huge amount of bait out. I suppose over multiple rods, and you're shilling it out a bit. You're not using huge concentrations of bait, but we're getting through a fair bit.
I'm catching on literally 3 handfuls of chops and bits, just boilers, but generally. And that's doing me bites quite happily.
It's the same approach as dropping the baits and a couple of handfuls over the top, and it's working.
See a fish. I've got a wandering rod myself as well, so if I see a fish showing an area I'm not fishing, I'll soon drop a rig on it and see what happens. And like you say, sometimes it pays off. Like when I moved, I dropped a rig on top of where I saw a couple of fish. I think I had a bite within an hour.
Well, the first fish I had here on Sunday morning or whenever it was, that was just a single whipbait cast, a showing fish, and that rattled off in 10 minutes. So don't need masses of bait, do you? Don't you think of a French trip taking kilos and kilos?
Right.
But
you know, a lot of people do come to France, don't they? And they think they've got to shovel it in because they're big fish. At the end of the day, you fish for a bite at a time. You catch, you know, when I get big hits, everybody seems to think, oh, you've put loads of bait out and you catch a lot of fish off it, but generally it's the other way, where you fish for a bite at a time and the numbers of fish just keep coming, and that's how you build it up. It's good angling.
That was like down the far end. We tried the big heavy baiting approach, and I know the fish weren't down there, but in my eyes I was hoping that they were going to turn up and get their heads down on a big bed of bait, but it didn't happen.
Sometimes that has the opposite effect. It spooks them out in the area. That's going to go in a minute, I'm sure it is.
Got a bit of leaf build up on there. Fingers crossed.
Nice one, lads. Well, good luck for the rest of your session.
And you.
Good, Nick. Thanks very much.
Nice one.
Okay, so this is the 8th fish of this session now. Biggest so far at 36.12. Great little scrap on the long rod out towards the VIP swim. Little snowman setup that's been doing the damage for all of them. Let's get some more.